Have you ever finished most of your macrame plant hanger and realized suddenly that your cords are way too short? Or perhaps on the opposite side of it is you finish with way too much cord left over. There is actually one measurement that makes or breaks every macrame plant hanger design. And once you understand it, it makes plaiting for cord lengths that much easier. Hey everyone, it's Nicole here and welcome back to BOCHIKNOT Macrame. One of the most common questions I get asked from beginners looking to design their own macrame projects is, how long should my cord lengths be? And while there are a few factors involved, there really is only one measurement that controls everything when designing a macrame plant hanger. And so what is that one measurement? That one measurement that matters the most is the height of your finished plant hanger. When you know or determine the final height of your plant hanger, you can start then to estimate what your cord length should be. Once you understand this measurement, you'll be able to estimate cord lengths more accurately, avoid running out of cords partway through your projects, and start designing your plant hanger projects with more confidence. Now for plant hangers specifically, your cord length calculation is generally divided into two sections. So you have a ring, so whether you use a physical ring or you make a knotted ring, you have a handle. So I'm just going to use the ring to symbolize that. So the length of your plant hanger generally goes from the bottom of the ring to the top of the basket. So that's your first section. So I'm just going to put a line there and then just draw a basket. So your first section of cord lengths is actually from the bottom of the ring to the top of the plant hanger basket. Now if you're making a knotted ring, you do have to incorporate extra cord lengths for that too. That is a little bit more advanced, so I'm just going to focus on the majority of the plant hanger, which is the bottom of the ring to the top of the basket, because here is where your plant hanger posts will be, the columns. And then the second section is then the basket, the start of the basket to the bottom of the plant hanger. Now sometimes you have fringe, so you can incorporate that into your second section as well. Because it's just fringe, usually I just overestimate and round it up for the bottom and top sections to account for the fringe that I will leave in the bottom. It's okay to leave some extra lengths at the bottom because anything you don't use, you can trim off. You don't want to go too overboard with the cord lengths because you don't want to waste too much cord either. So what really does matter here is plant hanger columns, plant hanger posts, and then the actual basket. And then you can just round it up for the extra fringe or change in design if you want to make it a little bit more intricate or whatnot. So to determine your cord lengths here, it depends on how intricate or simple your pattern here is. So say you want a more intricate plant hanger post pattern, so the columns here, you want them to be more intricate and have a more simple basket pattern, because say you have a plant that hides the majority of the basket anyway, so there's no point making a really nice basket, and you want to show the plant hanger columns more, then you might want to use a more intricate multiple for calculating the cord lengths for this section versus doing a more simple calculation for the basket. So for simple designs, I usually use a 4x multiple. Something more intricate, I tend to use 4.5. So that's usually if it's a lot of packed double half-inch knots, square knots. Now if you're using knots that are more textured and take up a lot of cord, like the berry knot, and you're including a few of those in the pattern, then you can go up to 5. But generally speaking, you would typically, for plant hangers, use 4 or 4.5. Now, as you get more practice with designing your own projects, you're going to play around with patterns, and then you're going to get a feel for whether the 4x multiple or the 4.5x multiple or even the 5 multiple works better for you and your designs. Say this is 20 inches and this is 7 inches in height. So you're going to do this separately. So 20 inches, say I'm going to do something really intricate with that, you'll do a 4.5 multiple, so you times that by 4.5, so you'll get to 90 inches. And then 7 inches, you're going to do something more simple. So 7 times 4 is 28. And so now you can add these two together, 118 inches. Now this is no different than, say, making a wall hanging where you have to mount the cords, weave the cords through a ring, which means one cord becomes pretty much 2 vertical cords because you have to fold them in half. So you usually multiply it by 2, don't forget that. So you get 236 inches for your cord length. Now, this is where you would round up for some excess. I usually like to round up 20 to 25 centimeters per side. So it means multiplied by 2, around 40 to 50 centimeters, especially for plant hangers, because you want to include some extra lengths for maybe some extra spacing in between the knots or the fringe at the bottom. 20 centimeters, 20 to 25 centimeters is around 8 to 9 inches. So in this case, I would round it up by 20 inches. So the total cord lengths I would do for this would be 256 inch lengths for this specific design. Every knot you make shortens your cords. The more decorative textures you add, more intricate, like spirals, square knots, berry knots, or heavily intricate basket sections, which you can do with more design details there because it is a wider area where you can have more versatility to play around with patterns here, then the more cords you use up. So it's better to overestimate than underestimate because you don't want to run out of cords partway through your project. Now this length is the cords that you're going to weave through the ring or mount onto the ring and use as the cords from start all the way to the finish part. Now, you're going to need to add more cords if you're making a more intricate basket for the basket portion at the bottom. So this is cord length number 1, and then you'll need separate cord lengths for section number 2 only. So number 1 incorporates from start to finish, and then section number 2 is just basket and on. So section number 2 would be 7-inch height. It would be this one only. So the 28 inches from above times 2, 56 inches, and then also if you want to round up for that extra 20 inches for this part, you can. Now, say if you want a plant hanger that finishes around 65 centimeters long, your working cords may need to start around 5 to 6 meters long depending on the design. The extra length in cords is what allows you to create all the knots, texture, and basket structure. This is also why two plant hangers that look similar in size can require very different cord lengths. The difference isn't the height, it's how many knots are packed into the design. So if you're planning your next plant hanger design, start by asking yourself, how long do I want my plant hanger to be? Once you know that, estimating cord lengths becomes much easier. If you want to go deeper into planning cord lengths for specific designs, I do go over this in more detail over on our BOCHIKNOT macrame community on Patreon, where I have guides and mini macrame courses on how to design your own macrame projects. If you're interested, head on over to patreon.com/BOCHIKNOT for more details. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.